I'm Rick Kahler, and thanks for joining me. Well, in an August 27th editorial, the Rapid City Journal questioned the bonus given to the South Dakota State Investment Officer, Matt Clark. The editorial raises a good point. Why would you ever give a bonus to someone who lost $692 million for you? Shouldn't investment performance like that be penalized rather than rewarded? Now, before I answer that question, I need to tell you that I served on the South Dakota Investment Council from 1998 to 2003. It was an honor to be selected by the legislature of the state of South Dakota and to participate in managing one of the top public pension funds in the nation for that period of time. Now, the bonus that was paid to Mr. Clark was $147,000. I think it was completely reasonable when we look at all of the facts and consider two key factors. First is the overall return by the South Dakota retirement system, which they've earned compared to the benchmark return or the average return. And the second factor is how financial professionals are compensated. First, let's compare returns. In the fiscal year that ended on June 30th of 2008, the average manager, which they would call the capital markets benchmark, lost 4.2%. The SDIC lost 8.65%, about a 4.45% underperformance, which was clearly a bad year. Now, 1/3 of Mr. Clark's bonus is based on the fund's one-year performance. So you could probably understand that he received no bonus for the last fiscal year. This is understandable, it's reasonable, and the journal was correct that rewarding underperformance doesn't make sense. That's not how financial professionals are compensated, nor is it the policy of the South Dakota Investment Council or the state legislature of South Dakota to reward underperformance. So what did Mr. Clark receive his bonus for? Well, we know that all markets have down years. Even the best investment managers have losing years. And an asset allocation similar to the one that the South Dakota retirement system has typically will have annual returns that fluctuate between -20 and +35. Every fourth or fifth year, most investors are aware of this, will typically show a loss. Now, to be fair to Mr. Clark and his staff, we really need to take a broader look. And this is what his bonus was based on. Over the last 4 years, earning again, ending on June 30th of 2008, the average investment manager earned 8.1%. Mr. Clark and the SDIC earned 9.2%, which was an overperformance of a little over percent. Even with the one bad year, which was last year, Mr. Clark and his team have earned an extra $249 million for the state's retirees. 2/3 of Mr. Clark's bonus is based on that rolling 4-year average. And this is because the state legislature correctly believes that one of the keys to investment success is rewarding long-term success. So it was for his 4-year overperformance that Mr. Clark earned a $147,000 bonus. Now, in relation to the amount that he earned for the retirement fund, which was an extra $249 million, Mr. Clark's bonus is probably unreasonable, like the journal says, but he probably should have been paid more. This is especially true when you consider that the South Dakota retirement system is in the top 1% of all public plans over the last 25 years. Over $1 billion of extra performance, of extra money, has been added to the state retirement system since its inception. $600 million of that has been just in the last 10 years. Now, the journal argues that the state shouldn't be subsidizing one profession over others with high pay. Now, this argument doesn't make any sense. It suggests that the governor should earn the same salary as someone mowing a highway ditch. A job such as managing investment returns on the retirement accounts of 70,000 South Dakotans require much more education than many other state jobs and deserve more compensation. The journal said that they also don't buy the fact that the state's investment professionals could earn more in the private sector. Well, they're just wrong on this one. The last compensation study done for the SDIC found its employees are earning 30% less than what they could earn in comparable positions in the private sector. The success story here is that even paying under market salaries, the state has managed to retain top investment talent, and that has paid off incredibly well for the retirees of South Dakota. The outstanding long-term performance of the South Dakota Investment Council demonstrates that attracting and keeping skilled professionals by paying them fairly is a wise investment for the retirees of our state. Thanks for joining me.